know. It sounds like a wheel like rubbing a zip tie or something. You know what I mean? Like, that's a weird fucking noise. You're on live, babe?
Huh?
You're on live?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're doing some tuning right now. We're doing our load sector tuning, just so everybody kind of aware. Basically right now what we're doing is we're getting our air fuels and cruising right so we can start adding our timing and everything, and then we'll do our full throttle. I kind of do it in two sections, our like low throttle and then our heavy throttle. Basically all our partial transient stuff and then our full throttle, and the middle kind of blends itself because you have that transitional point where it kind of takes over. This thing's got a Rrev9 kit with a cast manifold. We're basically just doing the drivability and then power. Now we're about to Cali stop this.
Green.
tell, the tuning process is pretty much a bunch of cruising, kind of interpolation for like our idle to like taking off and all that. We got to map on the timing without knock. We got to be real nice to it, edge it up, and where it feels like it plateaus, we got to stop. Then we'll come back with other tools. Work on the dyno later and finish it. But we don't want the car to be too soft and under time because that can just lead to hot exhaust gases. We know where the car should be. We know if it's running right. So yeah, pretty good. Got the air fuels close, picked it up, and your air fuels are going to swing and change as you add the timing that you need. Whether you're kind of low or at a good number, those motors don't really care about that cruising timing. Depending on if it's a DB, FH, they're going to be anywhere from 34 degrees up to high 40s, depending on what map you look at. Stock, on data, standalone, from what motor, this, that. So generally the small motors, obviously less timing, big motors, more timing. The arc of the timing is different once you let the motor breathe, because it doesn't have any restrictions, so it's not going to have any issue with a smoother timing chart. If you look at the stock ones, they have some rough changes and nodes because the motor is set up for efficiency and gas mileage and torque and certain driving characteristics, and the bolt-ons change that. So we really end up with linearized timing and never really ever getting to actual peak timing and then dropping it for peak torque and picking it back up. We kind of peak out after peak torque and hold it. So it's just a better theory to go about on the street and allow the turbocharger to do the work and the motor follow suit, first making the motor do the work and
Real quick.
Somebody said this puts texting and driving to shame.
Wait till you see me smoking a cigarette here.
Right?
But see, look how much we've got done so far without doing crazy ass pulls and getting the shit out of the car. And it makes sense, right? And then now we'll do our full throttle pull and get our other shit. You checking out the car?
Don't check that wheel.
Okay.
Whatever it was, it scrubbed it down.
Yeah, it sounded like a zip tie or something stupid.
Right.
On there.
Absolutely agree.
City for a while.
Yeah.
Brakes.
So, as we go through and do this timing and these load sectoring, you can tell we're not beating on the car, abusing it, doing nothing crazy. You know, a lot of this stuff, it's crazy because without a dyno, you know, you're going by feel. But I've done so many cars and can tell when the car's running right and all that, let alone the fact that ever since I was younger, like I never had a problem with my carbureted stuff. And then obviously we've had turbo stuff, and some points we didn't have tuning hardware or what, you know, fuel injectors, this and that. So you put the car through things that it normally wouldn't go through. You learn things, you hear things, this, that. We go to the dyno to finish up, but I will tell you, the timing on the dyno that you're going to learn is going to be a little different on the street due to the different load characteristics, the aerodynamic stuff, the actual load, you know, maybe alignment stuff, whatever, brakes, AC, shit like that. Generally when we go to the dyno, we spend 20 minutes there, we get our number, and then we leave and everybody's like, oh, runs good, you know, do. And dyno operator's like, yeah, you maxed out pretty quick. You only added a couple degrees and you were done. And that's usually what it is when we go there, is there's usually no real shape difference to the map. It actually ends up being more so we add a little bit of timing and we're done. So it just shows you how on the street, we're not going there and we're leveling the timing up and shaping it and all that. It's actually globally trimming usually a degree or two, and then, you know, maybe 3 or 4. That's about it. We don't have a vacuum leak, but definitely that throttle body's like a little high or something.
Somebody says, does dyno time cost that much? I always guessed it was like 200 per hour.
It is about 200 per hour, but here's the thing. This car has things that we have to go through before we can go to the dyno, and then as you like want to add a couple pounds, this, that, the information you get from the dyno you can use, but at the same point in time, go take a turbo car and go drive it around and street tune it, and then go to the dyno, and you're gonna do that so many times before you go, oh, I could do this on the street, and then I know when I go to the dyno, I'm usually here. And the reason I put it like that is basically you have information you're going to get as far as how much ignition timing per pound of boost it wants to retard. You're going to get the information on how it spools, you know, what RPM, what boost level, this, that. But a lot of times it's because the load on the dyno and the fact you're not looking around. A lot of that is basically pick a timing number as it goes through that chart, say you hit that number and it's flat, it doesn't keep arcing up. You're gonna hit that point and you're gonna feel the car lose all of its power. You're gonna drag it up half a degree, you're gonna see the car keeps pulling. You're gonna add 2 or 3 degrees, you're gonna see it rips really hard. You're gonna see you add more timing, it does nothing, and you've gone to this shape. Well, at 2,000, if you know all motor, the car pretty much torque rolls on, you floor it, and it just goes, Rah! Well, the timing from there to there, being that at 4,000, you could stab it, hold the brakes, start bringing up the timing 2 to 4 degrees at a time, holding the brakes, you can feel it fighting you. Beating the car, if your air fuels are good and the timing's low, you'll do your pull, you'll add your 2 or 4 degrees, you'll do your pull, especially on motor, you ain't gonna hurt it. And then you'll go, oh, from here to here is a straight line. Oh, when we put a turbo on it and it spooled super fast, it wanted a dip in the timing right here. Those couple degrees will get you possibly big gains or small, but getting in the ballpark, being on the bottom side, the retarded side, the safe side, getting ballparked, you will be very pleased with the numbers you put out. Oh, he made 350, I street tuned it, drives great, runs great, cruise is great, everything's great. Makes 330, you're looking at 20 horsepower from a couple degrees. Then you go there and you look, hey, why is his shape a little different? Well, the motors are different, the setups are a little different. Even if they're identical, there's still things that could slightly be different. Like, here's the thing. What did the tuner do from his knowledge, not just looking at the dyno and going, it wants this, feeling the car and going, hey, this thing is a piper, hey, this thing is this, hey, this, that doesn't feel right. Well, if you give it that number, shows you something good, and you go, you might find that you had a back pressure problem, you pushed the timing to get through it, and the motor wasn't knock resistant enough, like you were octane limited, and you passed knock and now you broke it. So the best thing you can do is educate yourself, go to the dyno, do that. But I will tell you this, I have been to the dyno for years off and on and done a lot of street tuning and started out, you know, getting educated and going to class and school and stuff. And in the end, my process is come look at the car, troubleshoot it, make it run good, give it its street tune, get it to the point the customer's happy, and then to finalize, go to the dyno. If we get that info before, we might not even make it to it helping us. So, soft, keep it running, get it straight, get it about 80-90% performance oriented, driving great, running great. You know, other than that, 100% just daily friendly, turnkey, starts, runs fine, this, that, and then go to the dyno and get your last, you know, 5-10% power out or whatever. For me, it does end up being about 3 to 4% power, about 3 to 4 horsepower per 100 horsepower. So that tells you when I go to the dyno, I'm within about 2 to 4 degrees usually where the car wants to be. We're gonna go ahead and finish this up now. Got some nice cold air in this cross section up here. I'm gonna give him the laptop and start doing our vtec pulls. We have untouched the VTC chart from where we started, so we haven't actually touched that. We'll stay towards the house. That way, if we pop a couple or something, go home tight and get back on the road. I did feel like a screwdriver or something. Oh, it's a little bolt. Okay. Now, as we do our pulls, we're going to do a lower gear so the load's not that high. Third gear is it's a 5-speed. It's decently long, but it's still pretty short for a motor, this setup. And then we're going to use the brakes to get our areas we need our info. thought we popped a coupler, guys. It was just a little rich.
We're good.
I would rather be rich than be. Yeah, does this thing have a cat? No, just mufflers? Okay. Because it's going pig rich in vtec, like it has a lot of back pressure.
Maybe more couplers.
No. As soon as it went anywhere near boost, it just went rich. And honestly, I want to make sure it's not too much back pressure for this setup, just so we don't have problems. So basically I got to the load area as far as using the throttle to not give us full boost, but right before boost, kind of loaded up, brought it into VTEC, partial to crossed over, got on the brakes, kind of loaded it up. Same type of thing you do with RPM load sectoring on the dyno, where you're gonna pick a max rev limiter and it's gonna hold you there, just using the brakes. I almost feel like it's blowing the blow-up out. I keep hearing something going. I go into boost and VTEC.
Yeah.
That vacuum line, remember I was talking about being
Oh,
a
yeah.
valve thing? I almost wonder if it shuts when we're driving and it's blowing up long valve on it. But we'll check that out. Alright. Alright. I can go through like we did last time.
Broadway is pretty
Pretty big
street.
Or-
I think it's like 45.
Yeah, we're doing good though. We got a nice little VTEC engagement, this, that. Alright. See where we're at. We're fuel.
Your turn.
My turn? Fucking hit me. I'm waving my hand. Fuck you. Don't fucking look at me. Motherfucker tried to go. Did you see that? I like that. I like that shit. was right there. Hold on. I got to think back there. Just hit our final VTC number where I feel like the car was going to be happy, and I was going to add some timing. So we probably have, if you guys want to end up hanging out with us, we're going to go do that. We're going to come back and do the final fuel timing, but fuel's done. VTC looks to be done, and timing we're very close. We're going to end up picking it up a degree or two, maybe even 3 or 4, and we'll be good. But I have it down right now. But she's driving good. I think we just popped a couple of them. Oh, didn't pop a couple. You think that, I wonder, okay, so that vacuum line for the blow-off valve, basically, I don't like that. So, we have the vacuum line for the blow-off valve off this idle valve thing, and I think we've been hearing it click, and I think when I went to 4th, it like blew it open. So we're going to see if we can finish real quick so we don't have to go home and fuck with that. But basically we need to run a vacuum line from the blow-off valve to the manifold, not through this little valve thing, because it was doing weird shit where it was like opening the blow-off valve while we were doing it. VTC figured. We're going to start with our timing. I have my degree per pound of retard in here already as far as what I want to run. We'll see if it likes it and go from there. Say it again. On the left, this is your house?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to stay in this area. We're just going to do a little quick and get the timing right. And then that way you're good. Because we're good right now. So let's do our little. How is there no speed bumps or anything down here? Okay, I'm not going to go fast or anything, probably about 50. But there's nothing over here. Okay.
Eventually, it's gonna stop by us and then.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we have enough room. Something like the clutch is like, the noise sounds familiar, and it sounds like it's from right in between the engine and the transmission.
Do you have anything hitting like
It doesn't, I don't feel anything weird in the clutch or the tranny, but it sounds like after I let off the clutch and put it in neutral, it's like doing something.
yeah.
That's the part I'm like, that's weird.
Maybe it's hitting or something.
So I'm like,
There's a car coming up behind you.
Thank you.
What is that?
You know what? The O2 sensor might be bouncing around because I wrapped it around the subframe thing. It might be going ding, ding, ding. It might have popped off and fell down and it's touching the OEM one. I'm here. Okay, we're gonna pop it in. Yeah, because now it's not being boost.
He might be the cover up.
Yeah, sometime, right? Maybe it just popped a couple or something. Can we turn? I see this little inlet right here. Can we turn it right here? Okay. Does it go through? Let me take a look and make sure we're not like something. It's okay, so just flip around and go the other way. Let's just take a look real quick. We're basically going to look under the hood, you guys, because we hear something like near the throttle body or the turbo on to make sure we're not like getting ready to suck something in like a wire or something. Hop out, babe. Push the seat forward.
Yeah.
And then push it forward. No. Why?
Okay.
Look at the turbo. Why? It was like bouncing around. So we think the shaft on the turbo's broken. When I revved it, the turbo was literally smacking into the fucking housing.
Ooh.
Watch it. I want to get it on video. There you go. You see that?
Yep.
You see it? Okay. Let's drive it back to the house now, just so it makes it there. And that's a problem why we don't go straight to the dyno, everybody, because he would have just spent an extra $200. We finished the tune, couldn't make power in vtec, kept losing all the boost. And now what would we have done? Charged him for dyno time when he's got to go home, change the fucking
That's his.
and then go back. Guess what? Now when he calls me, since I'm a cool motherfucker, I'll probably just come back and tune it for him. And I probably got a turbo for him, and we might as well get rid of the cast manifold when we do that. Probably won't be very expensive at all. But if you were at the dyno working with somebody else, they would say, hey, pay me, call me when you fix it later. So we'll actually get this thing sorted in whatever way, whether he wants to do it or not, we'll get that figured out. And then if that's something he wants to do, we'll do it. But it's better to find out doing this, if the motor and everything's good, and then this. Because if you went to the dyno, like I said, this would have been all for nothing. Drove all the way out there, dynoed it, tuned it, this, that, been a waste of money. Now we gotta change the turbo. Which way, left or right?
That makes sense now.
Yeah, it wasn't that big of noise when we left, but so the turbine shaft doesn't look to be broken, doesn't really look to be bent, but the bushing might have gotten eaten up, so it's basically floating on the oil pressure, and then when you let off and the oil pressure goes to drop, it's losing stabilization, and it's fucking kicking sideways and hitting the wall. Lift right here. Yeah, everything, it's great, the motor's fine, everything, it's just that fucking turbo. I'm surprised. Like 50 or 1500, I'm like barely, like I'm not even touching the gas right now, but I'm getting just enough gas to go. See how we're about 15 seconds. It's gonna not be dead on, because you're going to have areas where like the road bumps literally cause the car to go down that corner. So what you want to do is you want to get it loaded where you're cruising, and you're just holding speed, and make sure it's going towards the lead direction. You get what I'm saying? As it stabilizes, and then you go into it, you want to make sure it just goes down into the, like that. Other than that, that's about it. Right. Well, sorry you guys. You know, sometimes when I do tuning, it goes like this. We find problems, we have issues, whatever. Which way? Straight. And it's just not fun. You know, it doesn't look like I can really educate you guys much other than what we talk about. I don't get to show you guys these, but you know, helping my friends and helping my friends and doing this is what it's all about. So I like going fast. We do a lot of fast cars. We do a lot of cars that tune out great and easy. This thing's a really nice car. It just has a turbo problem. It's eBay turbo is what it is. So we'll do a little more live feeds, educating you guys more and helping you and teaching you and helping you anything I can. But this is the type of stuff we go through. Sometimes this is why the live feeds don't make it, is because something like this happens and I don't want to put up a video just about failure. But I think this is a good video to show, you know, the tuning process, and even though things happen, we work our way through it. So let's get this sorted. Hope you guys have a good one. Bye. And you can end that.
Yeah.